Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is my guest from Essex, England, a singer-songwriter, Simon Baum. Hi, Simon.
Hello, Ali.
How are
How's it going?
you?
I'm good. Yeah, how's it going? How are you?
I'm good. How's the weather there?
It's okay. We had Storm Doris yesterday,
Oh,
um, it's very calm now. But yesterday it was crazy, and I work in a shed in the bottom of my garden, and I at one point I really thought that the shed was going to take off.
oh no.
I, but I'm still here,
Well,
which is
that's
good.
good. Now, you've performed at venues all over the world, and you've performed with artists like Ed Sheeran, Will Young. Who else have you performed with?
I've performed with quite a few different. I mean, I've performed with lots of different people. But when I first started playing, when I was younger and I moved to London, I started sort of hanging around the music scene and playing with different people. And a lot of people that I played with, because I was about sort of 18, 19, and lots of people went on to join well-known bands and kind of go on and do really well. I mean, obviously some of us, took a bit longer, and some of us stopped playing music and did other jobs. But I've kind of ended up with, I've played with people who were in Coldplay, and loads of other bands, and just random people that have ended up, you know, like I played just before Ed Sheeran, before he was famous, at a bar in Brixton, and I remember I played, and I was really happy with my performance. And then he came on, and he just looked a bit like a tramp, really. But he was amazing, and I had loads of friends come to the gig, and he didn't have anybody there. And my friends are really chatty and loud, and I'm always a bit embarrassed at gigs, because you want them to listen to the other artists too. Um, but for the first time, everybody stopped and watched him, and because he was amazing, he was tremendous
Yeah,
back
well,
then. Even
you saw his performance on the Grammys, I guess, eh?
I did. Yes, yes, he's come a long way. Oh,
Yeah.
he still looks the same.
Yeah, he still does kind of look, unpolished,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he
but
makes
I
up
guess
for it with
that's his
his,
thing.
yeah, his music, and being a one-man band like that was amazing. Now, your song "Little Words" reached the semifinals of the UK songwriting competition in 2016. What was that like?
That was amazing. I mean, I entered the competition the year before as well, and didn't really get anywhere. And I thought, well, I'll give it another go and keep on going. And I was just overwhelmed to get that far. I was just really absolutely chuffed to bits, because it's the biggest competition in England. And some of the people that enter are just incredible. Some of the musicians that have come through it, and I was just amazed. And when I heard that I got the semi-final, I was just overwhelmed. So I'll be entering again. You never know. I might beat that.
Yeah.
Maybe get to the final next time this year. Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers. I'll cross my fingers as well. Now you have recorded 5 EPs.
Yes.
Which ones? What are they called?
Well, my first one was called Words, and that was uh, what I did was I kind of stopped playing music for quite a while when I had my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I came back to it, the music scene had really changed, because I put some music on iTunes a long time ago, and then I kind of just forgot about it and stopped playing, stopped writing, and just focused on being a dad, really, and being tired and stuff. And when my kids got a bit older, I thought, well, I'll get back into it, and have a go. And I realised that you can do so much more. So all of these songs that I had recorded, and I could just put them on the internet just like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I did. So I put my first, I put about four different albums on at the same time, really. Um, because I just had loads and loads of tunes. So my first one was called Words, but at the same time I put another EP easily on. And then I started working, and that was all old songs from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gave me the kind of push to go, well, write some new songs, get back into it,
Mm-hmm.
which is when I wrote Rise, which was the third one.
Okay, and then you also have Love and Somebody.
Yep. Love came out. Love came out in 2015, which I really enjoyed writing. I loved that. That was very good fun. And then Somebody, which I did last year, which I didn't enjoy as much actually.
Oh.
Funnily enough. Every now and again, you just go on a journey when you write, and especially when you record. And with Love, the album that I did in 2000, the EP that I did in 2015. I just really enjoyed everything about it. I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed doing all the singing, making all the different sounds, being creative, and there wasn't anything I didn't enjoy about it. And I loved it when it came out. I was really happy. But with Somebody, I did the whole thing and I just rushed it and kind of wanted to get it out of the way, which was a real shame.
Oh no.
And it came out, and I was camping with my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, do you know what? I'll just listen when I get back. It came out on iTunes and everything, and I just left it really, so which was a shame. So.
And are you working
but
on?
It goes like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't know. Thankfully, I do not write songs, nor do I sing. Now you're working on another one, or has it already come out?
I'm working on a new EP called A Message on the Wind, which I'm doing something a bit different really, because what I used to do was write all the songs and then just put out the EP, a 4-song EP. But I thought I would rather concentrate on each song and then put the song out one at a time, and then put the EP out when they're all finished.
Okay.
And that's what I've done. I did a song called Firelight over Christmas.
Beautiful song.
And which I think you heard when we first spoke.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful song.
And then I've just written a song called Bridges, which I think hopefully you're going to play later. Which I really think I enjoy the process of doing that more, because you really get into the song and you just focus on one song, and it's been much more productive, much more enjoyable.
Well, that's good. And yeah, I've listened to a lot of your songs and they're all amazing. Now, you have a surprise, right? I heard some news this week.
I do. I've got some very good news. So I have been signed by a publishing company, Barking Green Music. And they're a music publishing company, and they signed me up. So hopefully they're going to sort of put me forwards for placements for film, TV, and maybe possibly sell my songs to other artists as well, hopefully. So it's really exciting, and it's something that I've wanted for a long time. And I nearly got it. Last year I was negotiating with an American publishing company, and we spoke lots, and they were lovely. And then I paid my solicitor when they did the contract, and we got to the stage where we sort of agreed it all, and then he just disappeared.
Oh no!
I know. He was such a nice guy, and they just disappeared, and I don't know what happened.
Wow.
So I was a bit sad.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy.
Yeah.
To,
Now, just so people understand, a publishing deal is different than a recording deal. Explain that.
So a publishing deal is where a publishing company will buy the rights to your songs, and they'll own the rights to some or all of your music, and then their job is to take that music and sell it commercially for royalties. So when there's a popular TV program, if your song is on there, you get a certain amount of money. So it's not focusing on really recording you, it is focusing on developing you as an artist, but it's focusing on your songs and your writing, maybe more than your recording.
Yeah, Sorry, go ahead.
And I chose. I'm a bit older, so I chose to. I was looking down the whole recording contract route, but because I've got two young kids, and I'm married, and I kind of live in a house by the sea, and I like it here, and I don't really want to go on tour, and be away from my family, and so I chose not to go down that route really because and also I'm quite happy with my own development.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think with a recording company coming in, and I'm not that great at sort of working with other people musically. So, being really honest, it's a bit rubbish to say that, but people are always asking me, do you want to collaborate, or do you need a producer, or and I really don't like doing that. It's I just really I love working on things in my own way, and I find it really difficult to explain my ideas and if I used to work with other people all the time, and I used to find it really awkward if they put together something I didn't like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then having to tell them.
Well, yeah, because then you're in that situation where you have to go, do you know what? I really don't like this. And also, not only do I not like this, but I'm not totally sure if you get me and my music.
Yeah.
So I guess I've been put off by that.
Well,
so
a publishing deal is the way to go then.
I guess and it's exciting, and it's something that I've been looking for. But I mean, when the American deal broke down last year, I thought, well, do you know what? This is something I really want, and I do really want to do it, and I'm not just going to give up. So what I did was, I luckily I work for myself, so in the morning I just submitted my music to 10 publishing companies around the world every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that for about 3 months.
Wow.
And, and I just turned it into a little job, so I would write a covering letter, and every day I would just submit them along. And I found that, it's just hard work, isn't it? If you do it, it does pay off. And I'm chuffed that, I'm made up that it's actually happened.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, you mentioned that you're married. How long have you been married for?
I have been married I got married in 2008.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yes, so a little while. We're very happy. We've got two lovely kids, Leo and Poppy.
Oh, I love those names.
Poppy's 4 and Leo's 6.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing very well. They're at school and working hard.
Yes.
Giving us the run around.
Like kids do.
Yeah.
Now, you've got your dream now with your publishing deal. Do you have any other dreams concerning music?
I'd love to, with my new song, Bridges, I sort of, obviously there's a lot going on in the world today, as everybody knows. And I think my music's always been about me and how I feel, my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad pointed out, he said, I love your songs, you've got lovely songs and the melodies are really good, but why don't you try writing about something outside of you? Not how you feel about something or how something's affected you, but about something else,
Mm-hmm.
Which I really took on board, and I looked at my songs and I did think, you've got a really good point. And I'd like to write songs more about, maybe songs that sort of influence and affect people more from a kind of the way that the world is, and the highlighting issues that I think are important.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to take my music up from there, I'd love to. I'd like to play more gigs, because I've kind of cut back on that, having a family,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been quite a while.
I can imagine.
So I'm working towards a gig, I've got lots of Twitter followers, and they're always saying, "When can I come and see you?" And it's been such a long time, so I'm going to try and have a gig soon.
Well, that's good.
And hopefully, so.
I wish I could come see it.
Well, maybe I'll put it on. I'll put it online. I'll put it on.
There, good. So then,
Facebook Live.
I can watch it. Now, do you have any advice that you could give any new artists that are starting out right now?
I do. Yeah. Well. First thing I would say is don't give up, because I've been doing this for 20 years, and I really thought that was it. I was finished, and I kind of thought maybe it's just time to quit and just write for myself and maybe even stop. But I've managed to get what I wanted after that amount of time. So just keep on going, and also there is so many things out there now that if you're focused on the music and you're focused on wanting your music out there's so much that you can do. If you come away from the money factor, which unfortunately there isn't very much money, unless you hit the big time, then if you forget about the money and focus on writing good songs, you can really do really, really well. And I've learnt from Twitter, really, and social media, I've managed to sort of get so many people, and I don't make, I look at my sales, and mainly it's my mum, buying my records, but somebody will say, I'll get a Twitter message, and somebody will say, I'm in Australia, and I'm sitting around a barbecue listening to your music with my friends. And do you know what? That is worth so much more than a sale, because it just makes you feel really happy, and every day I probably get somebody from somewhere around the world going, I've heard your music and it's made my day, I really like it. And yes, I'm probably never going to make £1 million, but to be honest, I'm more happy with those lovely comments. So I would say build your followers, focus on real people liking, and focus on one person at a time. I mean, that's how we met, Ali, one conversation at a time. It's all about, if you focus on having real conversations with real people one at a time and building up your fans like that, then you've got real people who will stick with you throughout your journey, and then that's what it's about.
Exactly. Now, what is the music scene like in Essex? Like, is it a strong scene or so-so?
There's a place called Colchester, which is just down there, about half an hour down the road from me, and it's really good there, actually. I mean, I don't play very much, and I want to get back into it, but there's a lot going on, not as much as London, where I was for many years, where there's a fantastic music scene there, and there's some new, I mean, the whole reason people like Ed Sheeran have done so well is because there's such a lovely community of people in London. There's some really lovely promoters who really care about music and over making money, really, and they want to get the music out there. And I think in Essex it's similar. I think people are sort of starting to just help each other, for the love of it, which is really, really great.
Yeah, it is. Now now I can't talk. Where can we get your music, Simon?
So I've got music on Spotify, which is free, and Apple Music and iTunes and Google Play.
Okay, and do you have a website?
I do, and it's simonbaummusic.com.
Okay, Simon Baum. See, I said your name wrong.
Baum. That's it, Baum. Yes, Baum.
I'll put your
doesn't rhyme with anything.
I'll put your website up under the interview so people know how to find you. Now, what 2 songs are we going to hear from you today?
Today, you're going to hear Little Words and Bridges.
Yes, and they're very, very beautiful songs. Well, Simon, thank you for taking time out of your evening, because it is evening there.
Sun's going down.
yeah, the sun's nice and bright in my sky. Well, once again, thank you so much, Simon. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ali. Have a lovely day.
You too. And thank you for joining me on Ali's Attic. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers.